Hey everyone!
Hello, this is the two-headed Julie.
We are Connecting Japan. If you didn't know who we are, missionaries planning to go to Japan, and obviously this is not Japan, but this is.
Well, it could be.
This is northeastern Victoria in the historical and peaceful town of Yea, which is about how many hours out of Melbourne? Or
hour and a half.
Hour and a half out of Melbourne.
60 minutes if you speed. Who knows?
And if you didn't know this, we are doing our ACC New South Wales road trip. This is our second stop. We've done a very dark trip at Yarra Glen, which we cannot film any of that. So we got tons of places to go today. We'll be heading off to Euroa, anywhere along the Hume, Gundagai, well, just a little bit outside of that, and a few other places. So check out with our live streams on Instagram and Facebook on today, the 21st of February, and we're going to hit the road again because it's brutal out here this morning.
It's fresh country air.
Yep.
It's lovely. And
it's rained already, so we will give you some more footage. We're going to be going up to Preston's in New South Wales, and then Tuesday we're meeting with our Pastor Grant, who's our top bloke, and we're going to be doing some of the conference. And as usual, as you know, for those who already know, we can't film everything, but we hope, who knows what's going to happen with us, that we'll actually be filming, or someone will be filming on our behalf, what we're doing. So let's hit the road and we'll see you soon. Hey guys, we're in Euroa, and behind us is the mighty Seven Creeks. Which,
I don't know how mighty, but there's 7 of them apparently. and they're all merged into one.
And this, in winter time, this floods a ton. So yeah, we feel for the people of Euroa, but we're heading onto the Hume, and we've been finding out a little bit about the area.
She has, I've been driving.
If you know anything about Hume, and you know he was an explorer, and he wasn't alone. He had another older guy named Hobble, but not many people remember much about him. So the story goes that they came from New South Wales.
We're going to keep an eye out. Sprinklers are starting up near us.
Looking for
Look at this, look. Sprinkler just decided to start it right there. Good thing we weren't standing in front of it.
They were looking for grazing land.
It's coming this way. We're going to have to move.
They were also looking for a way down to Victoria.
Nasty sprinklers.
Which is where we're from.
That's still going to get us. Wow, this sprinkler's
unfortunately, they had so many fights. They didn't get along at all.
Oh, that's bright.
And what happened was, in the end, it was like,
there we go. That's better.
Who was the better man? And it was he said. And as it turns out, everybody remembers about Hume because there's a freeway named after him. There's a weir named after him, and a calendar.
There's a road named after him? A freeway? Sounds good. Let's check it out.
But thanks for that, and thanks to Hume, we have 110 k speed limit worth of great road ahead of us. So we're going to head for the next part of our trip now. We're heading to the border.
Getting out of Victoria for the first time in a long time.
So we're going to keep going, guys. Well, it was a little bit fun. We had the sprinklers. So
yeah, they just... there were sprinklers like over there, and I thought, oh yeah, this would be a good spot. There's no sprinklers, and then they just decided to start up as we started filming. So
no worries. So we're going to keep going through some more historical towns on the way through, and we'll see
not really many unless we turn off the road, because of course the Hume just cuts out everything. We're definitely stopping off at Gundagai though, the dog on the tucker box.
Yep.
That's definitely off the road nowadays. Used to stop at that when I was a kid living in New South Wales, coming down to visit the grandparents. So yeah, I haven't been to there for a while. I'm sure it's a lot different to what I remember. But yeah, we'll see what happens when we get there.
All right, so let's go! Hi guys, well here we are. We are at the border of Victoria and New South Wales, and if I can turn this around, and maybe I can, probably not. Right behind me, or right in front of me if you want to look at it that way, is the Murray River, and we'll take a quick visual of that in a minute. At the highest point, of course, is where the border is. So if you've ever wondered and you're not from Australia and you're watching this later on, the way they work out the border between the two states is at the highest point of the Murray River. The Murray River is home to the Murray River perch and the Murray River cod, and in times past it was massive traffic here for paddle boats and other watercraft, but these days it's mainly for leisure, and they do the inaugural Red Cross canoe or kayak run along the Murray as well at Echuca, way further that way. So we just got a brief stop here, and yes, she's a beautiful part of the world. There's a lot of people out at the moment, and yeah, definitely be joining them. So see you guys to the next point. Away we go. Hey everybody, well we are in another unusual location. You can see
we are in the iconic rest stop of the Thong on the Tree. I'm not kidding, this is the most Australian stop you're ever going to get in the world. The Thong on the Tree.
Yep, actually we are at the Dog on the Tucker Box. The dog is right
It's
over there.
over that way.
Over there.
We're just resting in the shade.
And yeah, so it's a very popular tourist spot, so it's very difficult to get any filming in front of it. But if you check our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and my hair's silly at the moment, you'll see the picture there. Yeah, the thing about this, the dog though, the working dog in Australia is an Aussie battler, an icon, and yeah, without him,
and of course
we wouldn't have anything.
I mean, it's not technically, but it is in a way when you think about it. We have a connection of the Dog on the Tucker Box to Japan, because they have a very similar story of the dog on the Tucker Box in Japan, don't they?
Yes, the Hachiko. Of course, as you know the story, for those who do, it's been made into a movie with Richard Gere and all that he was waiting for 10 years for his master. In this instance, this dog didn't have to wait nearly as long, but his job was no less significant.
Oh, of course not.
Because Tucker is a word for food, and
protect the food.
Yeah,
Gotta
and you've got to protect your food and food and livestock. Anything like that was of high price. So the working dog has been immortalised here, and
now,
yeah, you could go Henry Lawson, Banjo Patterson. They all immortalised the dog.
I have to say, like they talk about coincidence, random chances and happenings. We just pulled in here to the Dog on the Tucker Box to have our lunch and have a little stop. Now I'm going to see if I can get them just randomly in the background. It's going to be very hard. But over there, those people just sitting on the ground over there, far in the background, just over there, that is Paul and Deb Hilton, who we just happen to run into going the opposite direction. We're heading up to Sydney, they're heading down to Melbourne.
Now, if you've seen our Escape to the Goldie video, we actually interviewed them at National Conference, which felt like a lifetime ago, back last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you haven't had a chance to look at that YouTube video, it would be part 2 that they're in. Yeah, do check it out. So there's not much else that we can tell you about here. We've also got ruins in the backgrounds of some of the colonial buildings.
Just the very minor pieces, but you look at them, the walls would have been so thick and solid. They were a very solid building, but yeah, time always wears it down. And
it would have been really cold in the winter, and wouldn't be too bad in the summer because made out of
the size of those buildings, have a good fireplace going, it would have kept you warm.
And had the river rocks. So yeah, there's a lot here to see. This is just off the Hume at near Gundagai, and it's well worth visiting. We need to support these local areas. We were just listening on the Riverina news about how tough they're doing it here in terms of getting jobs for their young and everything like that, and we're very passionate about seeing people get their potential. So all the best to them. We'll be praying for them that everything will go really well, and of course take care, guys, and we're going to head off. Well, we'll probably try to get a few things done, and we'll head off to our next destination, which will probably be our final one.
We've got It's about just under 3.5 hour drive from here to where we're staying. And barring emergency pit stops, we're pretty much just going to do that in one run. So
so
that's it for the run now.
So thanks so much, guys, for joining in day one of our trip so far here. Keep in touch with our Facebook and Instagram live feeds that we'll be doing
from time to time
throughout the day. And we'll see you in the next part.
Bye.
Ciao.
And they said yes, and it was also confirmed through prophecy. So that means if God's called them, God's going to supply their needs. But I said God spoke to me to help them be in front of you so you get to hear their heart. And we want to send them on the field in Japan. I've been there a few times. It's a great nation, but it needs Jesus big time. And so I've just got them to share for a few minutes, share their heart. And please reach out to them. I don't want them feeling sitting on the table on their own, feeling like they're not being connected. We're a loving district, aren't we? Yeah. So go up to them if you're a senior pastor or you're in charge of missions and say, I'll sponsor them $1,000 a week. Okay, can we start there? Have I got a hand? Okay. How about $1 a week? I'll see your hand for $1 a week. We'll get there. There you go, Julian James. Over to you.
Hi guys, we said Julian James, I'm the team leader, and our passion for Japan comes out of Ephesians 4:23-24, which talks about the whole person, the mind, the body, and the spirit of the person is key. And as you all know, we all have our issues here in Australia, but imagine if you're in a country that has no idea who God is. And that is the one key reason why we are going. The suicide rate is down to the age of 10 and is second only to Brazil. It's shocking statistics. Homeless is shoved out into the corner somewhere. And these are just some of the issues they deal with. The people who don't fit in with their society are shoved into, they live in now prisoners of their own homes. And sad to say, 1 out of 3 elderly people will die alone. These are just heartbreaking statistics, and this should not happen in a country that's third on the GDP. There's very few churches there, and there are churches that are dying because the leaders want to retire, and there are no young people or no next generation people standing up. So we are part of Waku Waku Life Church. Waku Waku means trembling with excitement. If you've seen anybody go, woo, like this, that's exactly what it means. Pastor Fiona and Eugene are our bosses, so we're part of their team. And we are going to be there on the ground with them, helping those homeless people out there once, twice a week. Not only know that God loves them, but He can make their lives 10 times better, which is what my husband's going to do. So he's going to share his part of it.
Well, she's already shared part of it, but talking about them not knowing God, some people put numbers one way, I like to put them another. Japan has just over 1% Christianity, which means there's over 125 million Japanese that need to know God. And there's not that many missionaries in Japan to spread the word. So Eugene and Fiona have been there for many years. They're only a couple. They're struggling to push the church along. They're doing amazing work, but we want to be there. We need to be there. We've connected with them on so many levels. We already feel like we've been together and working together for many, many years, because even though we haven't been there, we've been online. We've been on their video English clubs and their home groups. So we're part of them already. We just want to now physically be there to be part of them. So, yeah, look, we're calling on people to give us a hand to get there. We're happy to talk. We've got a long story. We've got all sorts of stories, which obviously we're not going to talk about up here. But if you want to know more, feel free to get in contact with us. We've got information packs that will give you a bit more detail about us. We've got plenty of them here tonight, so if everybody wants to take one, that'd be great. And also, if you don't grab an information pack even, if you can just follow us on social media. It's a big thing for missionaries these days, being on social media, to get the word out there, to get more people to see about it. We're on both Instagram and Facebook under Connecting Japan Ministries. Very easy to find us. There's nobody else on Facebook or Instagram with our name, so it's very easy to find us. So yeah, look, after all this is over, please come and chat with us. We'll wander around, and as I said, I would like to think that Grant was being prophetic about $1,000 a week, but we'll take what we can get. We've got sponsorship already. We need more. That's the simple economics of it. So thank you very much for having us here, Grant. It took a while to get us here. We were meant to be here last August, but we're here now. So thank you very much.
Great couple. And
Hey guys, well, it's Tuesday the 22nd, of February, it's 10 o'clock at night. It's been a massive day. We rested most of today, had our meeting at 2:30 at Revival Church in Hoxton Park, and yeah, it was fantastic. We've just finished the regional event this evening. There's pictures up on Facebook and Instagram, and you've probably already seen our little spiel. We just want to say a massive thank you to ACC South Sydney and your regional leader, Pastor Grant Hobbs from Revival Church. And thank you to all those churches and pastors that have actually been following us now on Instagram as a result of tonight, and Facebook as well if they're using that. And also thank you to Mercure. I'd love to show you the room, but that was fantastic. We had a great time, even though it was so brief. And I got a feeling that we'll be back here in South Sydney at some point or another in the near future. And also thanks to catching up with Paul and Deb Hilton. If you haven't seen their video, again, we will keep directing you to the Escape to the Goldie Part 2 where we interviewed them. It was fantastic to see them. And also thank you to ACC New South Wales as well. And to all those businesses that assisted us along the way and kept us going, and sort of a post-humorous thank you to Bakari Sweat for giving me all the energy coming up here. I'm not sure how much energy you're going to need after this, but it's a long night, a long day, and it's time for this Michaud to head to bed. If you aren't already liking and subscribing us, hit that bell, hit that thumbs up, and follow us also on Facebook, Instagram. We don't really use our LinkedIn all that much, and WhatsApp will be coming into effect when we get closer to our funding in Japan. If you do want to sponsor us, go to acci.org.au and look up Asia. I believe it's East Asia, and look for our names, James and Julie Egan. This is all from us now. Tomorrow morning we'll be leaving pretty early in the morning to reverse the process and head back from Sydney into our hometown. And from all of us at Connect to Japan, thank you so much. Who knows what we'll be doing in the March? We don't know what's happening with those events. And follow us on our social media again to find out any more news and reviews that are coming up. So, see you later, and good night from us. Well, we decided to show you something a little bit more. Lake Nellakudi, which is northeastern Victoria.
It's quite a big lake. Hopefully the sun won't, as you can see over there.
Yeah. And it's technically a reservoir too by the looks of it.
It is a reservoir, but it does also get used for a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
But now we'll... Oh, where's the city button gone? It's gone again.
There's someone already... their boat out there. So it's popular for water sports, fishing, hiking. Everyone's hiking in the area.
Well, I'm going to do this. Yeah, look, there she is.
And yes, we are probably about half an hour or so, maybe a bit more outside of Vanilla. We're on the Midland Highway, which is the connector between the Hume and the Maroondah Highway, which is where we're headed now. So we're taking the back way because the traffic on through Melbourne CBD is going to be horrendous.
Yeah, by the time we hit Melbourne, thought the traffic might be getting a bit much. So, I mean, look at this. Look at this gorgeous little spot to stop.
And if you look this way,
Hang on, which way? She wants me to look this way.
this way, if you were going up this way, you'd be heading up towards Mount Buller and all that.
Aha.
So up that way. So yeah, this is a good spot. So if you ever need to go along,
Have seen this very dry and empty at times,
Yep.
but it's quite full at the moment. It's going by the wall over there. It is full to its maximum right now, so that's pretty good.
so if you ever want a nice different spot to visit, come to Lake Nillacoody, and it's gorgeous no matter what time of the year. But it's a gorgeous 24 degrees, and yeah, we're just going to sign off. We've got to put this video to bed, so we should be showing up on social media in a matter of days.
Probably the weekend because we both got work for the next 2 days as well. So yeah,
Yep.
we're going to go and have
a
some.
bit hungry now.
Going to go and have some lunch,
Time for
get
some
back on
lunch.
the road,
Yep.
and then get home to the family that's probably not really been missing us.
All right, well, thanks very much, guys, and check out our social media. Make sure you like and subscribe as we did before, and we'll see you next time. Ciao, Martini!